Today, we're at the town of Blakely, as you can see. It was established in 1814, and it was the seat and the first settlement here where Baldwin County's first courthouse was made and first town was made. And so we're going to walk you in through the town and show you some of the sights. And we might do a necrophonic here and there because it is an old Civil War battleground. So we're going to have a tour. You're going to walk with us and check this out. Welcome to Blakely.
Alright guys, this is a really cool town. When we first got here, we walked just a little bit at the beginning just to get our bearings and see how we wanted to go this view.
I'm sorry, that's beautiful, beautiful
I mean,
oaks.
there's so much amazing stuff here.
This right here, and you're going to see this is the oak, right? It's fenced in, it's still laying on the ground. But the legendary oaks, courts met under the jury oak, early 1800s. Judge presided while sitting on a tree limb. Public executions held at nearby hanging tree. And that's what we got right here. And like, seriously folks, like this right here, what I just passed by, that could have easily been the hanging tree, for real. Like, there's so many of these oaks out here, I don't know which one would be the hanging tree.
Like they were here at the Civil War.
Yes. And now we're entering into Washington Square, which would be the square of the city. So you can see the sign right there. And here are the buildings. So we're going to walk down here and go into this part of the city. There's more on up, and we'll get to that as we get on down the road. But right now we're in the middle of Blakely National Park in Alabama, southern Alabama. And they were very kind to us, giving us directions and showing us how to get back here. So I would like to give a shout out to them and say, if you're ever down this way, please visit Blakely State Park.
And if you're in Spanish Fort, it's maybe a 10-minute ride.
See, this was the site of Baldwin County's first courthouse. Now, I want you to imagine, you know, coming here in the middle of the woods with a judge who sat on a tree limb and decided your fate, and this is the courthouse. Wow, you can really see some of the remnants of the original foundation here. See this? I'm going to turn the light on for a second just in case we need it so you can really see. But if you can see, right through those bars right there, that's the original foundation of Baldwin County's first courthouse. And here's the bars. And we're walking this way. And you look across here. And this was your courthouse. That's him singing. You see, you're out here in the middle of the woods. Can you imagine the fates that were decided here in this courthouse and how that would feel? We're right in the middle, coming into the part where we pass Civil War lines, Union lines, skirmish lines. So can you imagine the sentencing and the deaths and the sadness and the things that went on back here? It makes you kind of sad. We're going to walk on across to the other side of the street, across from the courthouse. And here we're going to go into the little town of Blakely. The little, well, this would have been the square.
Town Square.
Yes. And here, look at this. Like, see this oak? This is what I'm talking about. They're talking about preserving these oaks. But that one oak that was in the fence was the one that the judge used to sit on. So now we're going to walk in here and see the first pavilion up here. And not only did it recreate what it looked like during the time that it was here, this is a round pavilion. And if you could see it, it's a very beautiful, beautiful pavilion. And this was, yeah, wait 1 second. This was the Mary Grice Pavilion.
You should show everybody how massive this tree is. I'm a 230-pound man, 6 foot tall. And this tree just engulfs.
This is for scale, so you can see how big this tree is compared to man.
That's crazy. You could cut this tree and make a dining room table off of just the center cut.
Right? These are beautiful trees out here. This is actually a very beautiful area. So now we're walking over to, this is supposed to be an example of how the homes were built during that time and how the homes were around this area. So we're going to go over here and look at that. So I'm guessing this is where, this will be part of the stable, I guess. I don't know, but we're going to enter in. Not through those spider webs, I'm not. Oh, sorry. Oh, here we go. Going through the door. Now, this is the Mott House. And this is what it would have looked like originally. There's your footage and your blueprint, see? And there's a picture of it. And now we're walking through it. And the houses in Blakely all were like this. And so we're inside. See how low the roofs are. And this is made to scale.
Yeah, 6 foot.
Yes. And then they had the bigger ones, like this, with the floor and the blueprints.
You would like to see this in more detail?
And then we're going to go over here too. This was what they said a common business would have looked back like then around this town square. So you'll see this is a business, the way the form, how it would be made. And I'll show you the blueprint on this one too and how it looks. Oh, the spider webs. Can you see that? Ooh. Go under it. There we go. I went under it. Now we'll walk through the business. Oh, it doesn't give us a blueprint, but it's really just a square. And this was the newspaper. The Blakely Sun. See that? And these were merchant advertisements from the Blakely Sun. Cotton. Dry goods. Ferry boat. Right here it says, B. Bassett has just resolved by the school board, I want y'all to hear this, resolutions and names from New York: superfine flour, white beans, mess beef in half barrels, porter in bottles, screw Aurora, calicots, cotton socks, and cambric muslins. Hourly expecting from New Orleans: flour, coffee, whiskey, cheese, molasses, rice, raisins, and a general assortment of dry goods. So they're advertising what they're getting shipped in the 1800s and how they can get your business. So we're going to go on down to the next section of Blakely and we'll cut back in. Right now we're at site 15 and 16. The hiding tree is a tree where Confederate soldiers would hide after the fall of Fort Blakely. They went in this tree and hid because it was hollow. Here we go. Hiding.
We get to go on a ferry ride?
You're not going on a ferry ride. You're no ferry rides. This is Hiding Tree Boardwalk right here. So we're going to go see if we can find us a hiding tree down here. Oh, this boardwalk is pretty.
It is.
This is gorgeous, guys.
This is one where we need Garrett to have the GoPro strapped to his head.
Right.
Okay, let me see if I can get up a little higher.
Oh, I'm walking through the spider webs.
Why you going first, baby?
This is horrible. I hate the spider. Whoa. Look at this tree, guys. I'm guessing this is our hollow tree where the Confederate soldiers hid. I think that doing a necrophonic here might be our best bet, because I want you to see this. I wish you could see this. Wow, guys. I think doing a necrophonic inside of a hollow tree where Confederate soldiers were running and hiding for their lives right here would be the best place for that. So I'm going to take you in here with me. I am going to turn the light on because it is dark. I'm just turning this one on because we need illumination. I'm going to set this right here so we can see up in the tree. I'm going to step inside the hollow tree and do the necrophonic in here where they used to hide. So what I'm going to try to do is get the feeling, wow, of hiding in here for my life. I have to get in that zone in my head thinking those lines were so close in the woods, and how the soldiers were coming here to hide for their lives. And this is not, I mean, it's big, but... So I'm here in the hiding tree where Confederate soldiers used to come to hide. My name is Jennifer.
I'm Jay.
Is anyone here with us? Is there a soldier here with us? What is your name? What? Did you die here? How many are here with me right now? You can feel the energy of fear and anxiety inside this tree, imagining hiding here for your life. It's an anxious energy, and I really empathize with that. I'm sorry. I know that it was horrible what you went through. Can you tell me your name? Tom. Did you die here? No? Are you buried here? Were you in the Civil War? Is anyone that died in the Civil War here? Did anyone die when Fort Blakely fell? When you saw the fort fall and you were scared and you ran into these woods and you hid into this tree, how many people are here? Well, I've heard Tom. Can you give me another name? Are there soldiers still walking this battleground? Are you resting at peace? Yes. We're going to keep walking, and we're going to leave your trail on. I am truly sorry for all of that horror that you experienced in your life and being here and having to hide in this tree, because it gives you the feeling of fleeing for your life and being in anxious and horrible energy. You get that sitting inside the tree. So I'm very, very sorry that you went through that in your lifetime. We're going to keep walking through the park. I needed to get a picture down through here.
While she gets a picture down through there, I may drop a little picture-in-picture of just what this whole scenery looks like. And that looks like there's water over there. I mean, this is... And what did this cost us? Like 10 bucks?
That's it, and it is worth every dime. The feeling, the beauty, it is beautiful out here, and it's so historic, full of knowledge and history. It's like the land itself speaks to you.
Well, and it's also refreshing to film in a place where you're not worried whether it's owned by someone else and if you're trespassing.
Or if shadow figures are going to come chasing you.
Well, now we can't say that.
I know.
We haven't hit the battlefield yet.
Right now I'm enjoying the peace. Please let me have it. Oh, look, I love seeing this out here. Because believe it or not, folks, I don't like being chased by ghosts. Like, you see that I'm trying to be respectful. You know, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to a ghost.
Ooh, watch your head. Well, I gotta watch mine anyways.
This is a beautiful boardwalk. It's a beautiful walk back through here, and it's cool. They have kept this place up nice and try to preserve its value, just historic value. So we'll walk down here and turn around and go back, and then we'll go to the riverfront boardwalk right here. And it said, I guess there's a ferry that was here or is here. So we're gonna go see.
If it is here, I'm getting on the ferry.
You're not riding the ferry today. Look back here. So this looks like the swampland and the marshland. So this is actually, if you think about these guys running through the woods fleeing for their lives, I want you to look what they're running into. These are, this is like alligator, snake infested, swampy, mucky nastiness back here. Can you imagine being back here and running for your life? Being scared. And the only place you have left to go is the river. I'm going to take pictures right quick. I learned to keep one hand on the camera. That is with one hand. I gotta have pictures, folks, sorry. I can imagine running back here and hitting this area, and this is where I'm gonna spend the rest of my life trying to flee for my life. I'm trying to get this lens cap holding still so you don't hear it clanging. This is the Appalachia Village. Look back here. There we go. And this is back here.
I'm gonna pop these at the bottom of the screen as we walk up to them and make it so that people could look at it if they want to. Pause it.
And there we go. We got like a ferry, you know.
Well, do I see a ferry?
Yeah.
So the next thing we're gonna see is my camera gonna cross the water.
I guess you could.
I don't think.
I think you just walk on it and get that picture.
I'm thinking that's probably what we
So
do
that's
too.
what we're gonna do. We're gonna go down here and look at the ferry and we'll take some pictures, but no, you cannot take a ride on the ferry. I am sorry. No rides on the ferry today. We have previous engagements. Alright, so let me get some pictures. This is, you hold this for just a second.
Yeah.
And maybe I have to get this one in front. Let me get a picture of our ferry here. Alright. Thank you.
Here, come on, let's at least walk out to the end of it.
You can walk onto the ferry. So we're gonna go ahead and it looks like you can walk onto it, so that's what we're gonna do.
Oh no, there you go. That's having fun today.
Oh, being on the rock and here, moving here. So you see there is some down here. I'm going to take you down, not up there, up here for just a second.
All right, well,
I'm going to take a picture and then we're going to walk out there to the movie.
still rolling.
That's right.
It is a beautifully windy day out here. I don't think it's going to mess up the sound in the mic. But if it does, guys, anything that's hard to hear, I'll just put words at the bottom.
Okay, guys, so this is what we're going to do now. We're going to walk out onto that. I don't know if you can see this, but that pier is moving. They're rocks. Yeah. I'm rocking. So let's go out here.
I'm not going out there. That looks too unstable to me.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. No, we're not. I think this is, yeah, this is for tours. It's saying for a tour.
This way?
This looks like it would be a fun little tour. Child adult preservers.
And you're gonna have to be like, we are moving. I'm gonna hold the camera still and just, I am not moving that camera. That is us moving. That is not moving. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely can see why. This is definitely a nice nutrient-rich area. All kind of good stuff.
Yes, and you're gonna have plenty of fish and stuff out of there. This is great to grow, garden. This stuff
Oh,
is all
for
really
sure.
good. But I can understand why the Apaches would be here and why there would be Indians around this. It is a beautiful place. It is shaded. It is cool.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
It is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's 91 degrees outside today. I'm not even breaking a sweat with the little bit of walking we're doing back here.
Yeah, he's bragging, but you know, I'm sweating. Say what he wants. I'm sweating. So we're gonna cut back in again when we get to the cemetery. Okay, we're leaving outside, leaving out to where we're going back to the cemetery. And I just thought this is the cemetery, so we're here at the cemetery. We're going out here now to Blakely Cemetery. This is where they said some of the founders are buried, and some of the soldiers that were.
And I'll
that
tell
died
you guys,
buried.
Alabama is just as rich in history as any other state in this country.
Wow. So you see right here underneath this tree, we have some markers here, and then there's some back here on the back side.
Yeah, there's a monolith monument.
We're going, yeah, and then if you look back here to the left, there's some more against the tree line. This says this memorial is dedicated to the soldiers who lost their lives in the siege and battle of Blakely in April of 1865.
I just hope we never see our country in a war like that again.
I don't ever want to be in a war. I don't want any of our young men, children going off to war. I'm just doing a photo. And we're going to make our way over here to this monolith. You know, I've noticed that in the 1800s, this was the monument to have for anyone that was going to have a monument. You needed a monolith. I don't know why, but everybody that's anybody in a cemetery, guys, in the 1800s had these huge marble and stone monoliths.
I bet if we actually did a little bit of looking into it, we'd find out that they were the more expensive headstones at the time.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was thinking, like, if you were anybody at all, you had one.
Well, I'd probably have a piece of wood, like, stacked in the ground. So I'm going to use a magic marker, right? Hey, J-Live's here.
Now, I imagine at night this would probably be more of a haunted feeling, but during the day it's hard for me to feel haunted. It is absolutely beautiful out here, so it's hard for me to feel like this is a haunted area.
That's right, and regardless of what you may feel on the north and the south, these are still veterans of the United States.
This says, Horatio Butler, son of the Reverend Butler, of the city of Troy, and Henry Boyd, son of William Boyd, of the city of New York, died at this place of malignant fever. Not November 27th, 1822, age 21 years. Wow.
So they had an epidemic in the 1820s.
Right. This is what we were discussing.
Kind of like the Spanish flu of the 1920s. Interesting.
Okay. On this side, it's James W. Peters and his partner Russell Stebbins migrated from New York to the country in 1816. These two, with a few other enterprising young gentlemen from the north, commenced in the wilderness and founded the town of Blakely in 1817. This one, Ira, I'm trying to pronounce this, Hempster, died at this place from Albany, New York, 1818, July 20th, aged 19 years. James Stebbins, son of Nathan Stebbins of Ridgefield, died at this place by a fall from a horse, age 22 years, 1818. Wow, guys. And then there's some more back here along the ridge line. I mean, along the wood line, sorry. Along the wood line. We're going to go back here and check these out. So that was our founders. And you see how young people died just from simple accidents, and that was a fever. When we were at Spectre, Alabama yesterday, that one of the ghosts that comes to the necrophonic says something about dying of a fever. And now all of it makes sense, because this area in southern Alabama must have been rampant, swept with some kind of yellow fever, or it said a fever. So I'm guessing it's all the same fever. It could be different ones.
Yeah, we haven't looked it up. This is the first time we ever heard or saw the term malignant fever. You know what it is? Drop it down in the comments, just for other people, because we're going to go look it up as soon as we get in the van, and I might even put it at the end of the video.
And this is some graves back here along the wood line.
These look old.
Very, very old. This was Mary Foster, 1839 to 1943. Prince. I don't know, is that a Brooks? 1871 to 1943. And these, I don't really see names on them, per se. They're just markers, graves. And then there's more right here. I'm going to stand right here and get a picture, looking down that way. I don't really see any markers on the graves anymore. Like, they probably wore off because it's so old. And then we have this one right here. And we're going back over here to this little section. And I think I'll do the necrophonic back here in the shade by the graveyard.
This is really cool out here.
I'm going to do a necrophonic right here in the shade for a second. And see if anything comes through here at the cemetery. These cameras tend to get overheated too, guys, when out in this heat, walking around. So I'm going to do the necrophonic here. Okay, we're in the town of Blakely, in Alabama, at the cemetery. Is there anyone here with me? Are the founders of Blakely here with me? Are you still with the land? Are there, is there William Blakely here? Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me your name? Are there any soldiers from the Battle of Fort Blakely here?
I heard a note real quick.
Are there any Confederate soldiers here? No.
Are there any Union soldiers here?
Yes. So there's Union soldiers here. Wow, they're active. How many soldiers were here?
How many soldiers made up a battalion here?
12? Did you fight here? Did you die here? How did you die? How did you die? The field. Were you shot? Dead. Were you shot? Did you die of the fever? So, what is the woman's name? Ma'am, what is your name? You can talk to me. I'm being respectful. I just want to know about you. Okay. I'm hearing get going and leave a lot. Do you have a bias against me because I'm from the South and you're from the North? You do realize the Civil War is over. You don't like me because I'm a Southerner and you're a Yankee? Can I call you a Yankee? I had family that fought for the Confederate Army. My ancestors were in that war. Family, yes, my family. Is that why you want me to leave? Wow, they're like aggressive at me. So I want y'all to, we're leaving and I want y'all to stay here. Don't attach to us and don't come near us. Don't come with us. You have to stay here. I'm leaving. Okay? I'm leaving. So, good luck.